Hi, I'm Anthony Lee, and here we are in the main street of Wallsend Newcastle, outside the offices of Sonya Hornery, local member for Wallsend. And today Sonia has happily invited us into her office to have a little talk about local issues concerning the Wallsend community.
So we've got some nice history in Wallsend, and the nice thing about Wallsend is that my predecessors and our predecessors were good people, and you know, Wallsend, crossed fingers, hasn't been sort of ruled by scandal and corruption. In fact, Ken Booth was a treasurer in New South Wales, so we have some nice history there. It's often the little things that we have the wins in Wallsend as opposed to the big wins. The big win will be when the state government fund the widening of the canal and force Hunter Water to do some stuff. What happens in Wallsend, it's the severity of the water and the speed is what's going to take us away. Preserving our history and accepting the growth is a big thing. We are going to, probably eventually Summerland Centre would go, and the reason is because we're trying to create a capacity for the water to flow through. Okay. So the building right next to us, which is very run down, which is owned by council, fortunately, they will tear down. All credit to Newcastle City Council. They've rebuilt the bridge at Tyrrell Street, which looks good, and it just makes the water flow better. So they're doing their job, so just got to get the state government on board. We really do need to look at better public transport. Places like Maryland and Fletcher, which are the growth areas, the Blue Gum Hills area, they only have a couple of buses on the weekends, and you know, for young people, you really want them to be able to, you know, not have parents be taxing their kids all day. You want them, when they're old enough, to be safely to be able to get to the beach. We're talking also about policing, and that's one area that I want to remind people in Wallsend about too, is that the police are there to help us. So if there's a crime that's happened, even as small as a fence being damaged, please report it to the 1300 number. That's where we rely on the community just to make that effort. And it doesn't really take long to get an incident report number. But it also helps me when I go to Parliament and I say, look, hey, I need more police in the area, I need more patrols. If I don't have that data to back me up, the government just say to me, well, Sonia, you know, there's been no reports of crime in Maryland. Some people just love to report it on Facebook, but that doesn't help. That might help them for a few seconds, make them feel better. But the police aren't going to read what John Smith says to Mary Jones on Facebook about a crime. The people who are listening to us today, the more people that are willing to write letters, to send us an email and say, hey, I'm worried about this, you know, and what then we can do as a state member is make representation to the state government.